knew that Stephanie Bonehead White is not the coach for damn mind. And now with these recent comments from Caitlin Clark, we know Stephanie White is.
This whole situation just completely backfired on Stephanie White. And honestly, she walked straight into it. Caitlin Clark just put the basketball world on notice, showing exactly how she wants to evolve her game. And it's totally the opposite of everything her coach stands for. This drama is escalating by the day, and if nobody steps in soon, it could threaten the entire season.
Tonight, Fever superstar Caitlin Clark joining the NBC Sunday Night Basketball pregame show. She was a special contributor for last night's Lakers-Knicks game.
You can see her here alongside Pacers legend Reggie Miller. She is back on NBC March 29th when the Knicks play the Thunder.
Here's how this whole moment went down. Caitlin Clark was on NBC during a Lakers game, doing her analyst work, when someone asked the obvious question: which NBA player does she study most to shape her own game? Her answer? Luka Doncic. She explained how incredible he is at scoring and facilitating, and what really stood out to her was how he controls defenders. He might not be the fastest or most explosive, but he manipulates space perfectly, forcing defenders to react exactly how he wants. Caitlin admitted she sometimes avoids contact and runs from defense when she should claim the space and make defenders deal with her presence. Smart insight from a player who's always evolving her game.
Player or someone you watch even more specifically because there's things in his game maybe you would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is, like, he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something I can certainly learn from. Like, I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing the contact and taking up the space that they give me. So I think obviously he's pretty incredible. He averages like a 30-point triple-double. So he makes it look pretty easy, but I can promise you it's not that easy.
Yeah, that answer makes total sense. Luka Doncic is a genius at controlling the pace and creating offense with skill, not just athleticism. For Caitlin, who already dominates in scoring and passing, studying him is the perfect way to level up her game. But here's where things get messy. Stephanie White openly hates the way Luka plays basketball. And we've got proof. On a Mavericks broadcast, while Luka was out injured, White couldn't resist taking shots at his style. She pointed out how differently Dallas moves the ball without him, highlighting his high usage rate and how much he dominates possessions. Then she praised how the team looks smoother when Luka isn't dictating the flow, basically saying the Mavericks play prettier basketball without their best player in charge.
Learn from. Already knew that Stephanie Bonehead White is not the coach for Caitlin Clark. Can Stephanie White coach the game of basketball? Yes, but is she the right coach for Caitlin Clark? Probably absolutely not. I don't think she is at all. I don't want her anywhere near Caitlin Clark. Okay? Once you decided to, you put that girl at small forward.
What Stephanie White is really attacking is obvious. She hates ball-dominant players, those who control possessions and create through individual brilliance. She wants constant ball movement, shared responsibility, a direct clash with everything Caitlin Clark just said she admires about Luka Doncic. The disconnect couldn't be more glaring. And it gets ridiculous when you realize the irony. Caitlin Clark is herself a high-usage player. Her identity is all about having the ball, creating opportunities for teammates. That's what made her a star at Iowa and a must-watch rookie in the WNBA. Now, her coach is on record saying she doesn't respect that approach. How can this partnership work when their philosophies are fundamentally opposed? Caitlin wants more control, more tempo dictation, and creative isolation play, essentially, to run the offense like Luka. Stephanie White wants the opposite: lower usage, endless passing, and shared offensive responsibility. This isn't a minor disagreement about strategy. It's a clash over how basketball should be played at the highest level. White's philosophy has already affected the Fever. She's trying to make Aaliyah Boston the focal point, running motion sets that prioritize passing instead of letting Caitlin create magic in space. She's actively reducing Caitlin's involvement, a backward approach that fans don't want to see. Last season, after the Olympic break, the Fever had one of the league's most explosive offenses. Caitlin was dominating. Pick and rolls, deep threes, impossible passes, taking over games when it mattered. The offense flowed naturally. The wins piled up, and nobody complained because it worked. Then Stephanie White arrives and changes everything. She brings in a Connecticut Sun-style offense, pushing Caitlin out of the driver's seat. Fans aren't coming to see Aaliyah Boston post up or Kelsey Mitchell catch and shoot. They're coming to see Caitlin Clark dominate. The small forward experiment should have ended her coaching credibility immediately. Taking the most dynamic point guard in women's basketball and putting her at small forward? Either complete incompetence or deliberate sabotage. Neither is acceptable. Then there's the aerial Powers situation, trying to run point instead of Caitlin. Handing the ball to Powers over Clark raises serious questions. Is someone trying to win games or pushing a different agenda? Now Caitlin publicly says she wants to play more like Luka. More ball dominance, creativity, and willingness to claim space and absorb contact. Meanwhile, Stephanie White has already said she doesn't like that style, preferring ball movement and reduced usage. The tension must be suffocating. Caitlin knows what works for her because she's proven it over and over: college domination, rookie season brilliance, and a style that actually wins games. The clash with her coach is now unavoidable.